Since you recently joined, is there any questions, commentary, concerns? Never mind, we're live.
If I have any questions, I'll burn that bridge when I get there.
More so as a player table rule. If there is a loophole, fucking abuse the loophole. It's fine.
Oh, I'm all ready.
I think that's an unspoken rule that we don't tell Mitch about, but that's
No.
Damn it.
Too late.
Mitch, am I watching
I dare
you?
you. I dare you to do Jormungandr's voice with a voice crack.
Look, I'm already here for an identity crisis, but I'm trying to decide if it's this episode or next. All right.
Wait, I see another
Listen,
person.
whenever it happens,
I'm sorry.
Bragg is there. Bragg is there to talk to you about how you decided to, not think before fucking something.
Look, when she fucked it, it was in a humanoidish form. She did not
Bragg is gonna
realize-
hold that over you for a long time. I hope you realize that.
Okay, first of all, it's not like a Mars went, ooh, shiny snake. Let's screw it. Like, no.
No.
Also-
But however, Amara should have been smart enough to put
2 seconds. She wanted her alcohol returned, essentially. She wanted payback for the son of a bitch drinking her bourbon, all right? She did not anticipate it turning into a, like, let's have a couple of drinks and everything else, and then we're going to end up screwing and then walking funny, and then him disappearing with his fucking logo, all right? Nobody asked for that.
The best part, Bragg knew even before the damn logo. So just seeing Amaris like that, he was just there like, I'm gonna break it to her now because she'll realize it late. They'll realize it later, and then at that point, Bragg will just have this a further laugh.
No, like
Also,
I said.
Mainly because no one has decided to fuck with his head or do a telepathic talk to him.
Yeah, you did
So-
telepathic to him beside, because that happened.
And no normal person fucking does that to Bragg, and he automatically associates weird shit to the gods. So
not
right
that
away,
it, not that it was a world serpent, but just it was a god.
no,
Something was- something was
figured
up.
it was the world serpent because deep voice plus random dude plus little too friendly and just too calm with the party as is. Something ain't right. Probably has met before, and on top of that has the dislike towards Bragg because of how loud he is, even though he's only met him that one time. It's like, son of a bitch.
Also,
It's made it interesting with Moira then.
Mitch, I'm sorry, and I'm probably going to regret doing this later, but that voice crack was absolutely, hi, I think you're really pretty. You want to go to the dance? That was absolutely that voice crack. I'm sorry, but that's all I could hear in my head. I'm just like, that's the asking the girl to prom voice crack.
You want to go to prom with
What?
me?
I am Loki, the mischief guy.
No, I like
Hold
that.
on,
I think
hold
that
on.
should be
No,
canon.
I have questions before we do introductions and everything else, and we're still in this silly moment. I have to say this now. So if Loki's that high pitched, does that mean the mom was like so baritone?
Yes.
That's how.
I mean, that particular witch was no one to fuck with, and he decided to. So
Bet she was a screamer.
maybe just an out, just like the deepest alto.
I felt like while she was getting railed, she was screaming that whole time. Not
That's
in a
the
bad way.
earthquake.
Yeah, that's the earthquake. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to our sessions. This is what we do. How we commune. It's like yours.
See,
I
Drew
feel
is
like-
used to this, so I'm like getting mixed signals from Blue over there. Like, yes, this will be fun. What? Mitch, you failed. You failed.
You did fail.
Then D&D is perfect. What do you... Oh, you that kind of ADHD. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Did you whack? Did you bop him? Give him a nice bop.
Sometimes Mitch just needs a nice bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buck 10.
Just give him like a little bap on the head. Just bap him. Thank
head
you.
There you go.
I like blue. I like this one.
Yeah.
Literally, he's said it like several times now. The fact that he hasn't been fucking cursed yet, I'm waiting for it. You're just gonna roll a dice one day and be like, Brad, you suddenly feel an affliction on your life. The snake fucker, the serpent tamer,
Look, it's
the
not
master of ceremonies.
It's Snake Charmer. Get it right.
snake try. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna go all the way there. I mean, might as well like
I
go.
mean,
No,
it's
no, no,
better
you,
than-
no, 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 you
Also-
tamed that snake.
Indeed, I did. Moving on. I was just gonna make a comment that Amaris is not only just like one gone fucker, but okay.
So long as they don't know it's a god.
So long as they don't know it's a god. Identity crisis shall be had.
Yas, queen.
I. Oh.
Always and forever. If I can share real quick, we have lots of different designs, as you can see. These are my latest and greatest. They are by far not the only designs I have. I think I'm up to 200 by now. I'm not entirely positive how many, but these are just some of the designs on shirts. I'm forever updating, forever changing. We've got some more down here. And they're available on everything from phone cases to these t-shirts to leggings to wall tapestries to fucking credenzas. So,
I'm a
if
bit
you happen
stupid.
to
What's a
like
credenza?
a credenza is like a cabinet.
Ah, thank you.
But yeah, if you're interested in, floral photography or nature photography and you want to decorate your home with a new shower curtain or something, society6.com/AKI obsession or redbubble.com/AKI obsession, and you will find many of my designs.
Not yet. Still internalizing. Got shit to do. Maris is just gonna open the door basically at that point, look curiously at them. Because as far as they're concerned, any grievances from before from the other knights has been cleared.
Bragg will kind of just like wake up, and from his room, he's just gonna be like, what? What is it? What's going on? We're getting raided again." And he's like getting out of bed. Fuck's the hurry? Die, you cheeky wank. And he fucking gets up, puts a shirt on, gets his axe. He goes outside the room and stretches, and then just does like the hall real quick, banging on other doors. It's like, come on, we're all screwed in this.
Lethe will put on her ring and head downstairs.
Why are you knocking on my door so loud? I was trying to rest there.
Apologies, lad, but apparently we're much needed downstairs.
Oh, it's been a whirlwind of a week losing two of our members of the party there. I don't know. I must have slept like a brick. Oh, all right,
Sleep
hold
through.
on there. Oh, Onyx. Let's go there, kitty.
Sleep through Ragnarok if you could.
Oh, you betcha.
Bruno's going to reluctantly get up and put on his cloak and go downstairs.
Ah, shit. Fuck.
Well, this is quite a surprise.
Right then, Bragg's gonna look to Torin and just be like, 1 cup of ale, please?
I
A
come down
tankard
and
of ale could get me drunk. I'd be so much happier with the world. Fine then. Torin, cup of coffee. With brandy, please. He just he's just gonna turn to her and just be like, "This better be worth not allowing brandy in my coffee."
Oh yeah, no, Mars is literally just she came down earlier and everything else saw Sig and was just like, huh.
Brian, you muted.
Oh, I was just yawning there. So sleepy still. What's all the hubbub?
That's quite all right. Bragg reaches into his pocket, opens up a tiny flask, and pours it into the coffee, and then takes a sip.
Mars would practically be mimicking this, just kind of like pinching the top of her brow, just kind of like,
Bragg is gonna look at them both and repeat again. If this amount of alcohol could unsober my mood, I'd be much happier with this world. It's
What's
just
going on?
Go explain yourself, lass. We're listening. See what now? Bragg just pours a little bit more brandy. All right then. And looks to Lethe.
She's got her normal blank-ish customer service face. She's not responding at all. She's just her normal look.
That's not worrying at all.
Well, Mars is just gonna look at Sig and be like, "Is this a bit more than what you were telling me before?"
Bruno is kind of like rubbing his temples. He's listening to her. He's looking at her. You are the general of the, if I remember correctly, the entire Asgardian military. And you want us to walk you into a place filled with nothing but people who want your head.
Mars is just gonna look over at Bruno at this point and everything else and be like, "There's a lot more to that than what you think."
I'm sure, but I'm trying to think about this. Do they know that?
I assure you.
I want to insight check Amaris.
Want to roll against me?
know that this is a bad idea. I'm gonna try it anyway.
All right, let's go. Hold on. Let me first insight check Sig right now. Do I have to? Because they had that private conversation. Oh. Okay. Hold on, let me insight check this. You roll your insight, and then I'll figure out what I have to roll against you.
Bragg is just he's just not having any of this right now, and he's still staring at Lethe while drinking from his brandy-filled coffee, just like,
why me? What did I do?
23. All she's trying to figure out right now is if it has anything to do with the conversation from before and if it's more of an emergency than what she was told to do. Mm. Yeah, because I think it's
Yeah.
technically only been a day, technically, since they've talked. Yeah. Okay. What do I have to roll against Lethe? Everybody knows that she talked to Zig, though. She was called to Zig, remember?
Yeah, but there's a difference between like we're having a conversation and hey.
Okay. Well, what is she trying to insight? Like, what are you trying to look for?
I'm trying to figure out why you seem so trusting of this person, basically. Like, or
yes.
yeah, you're like, trust
Wouldn't
me, it means something. That's a flag.
wouldn't that be a persuasion, not a charisma then? Since she's looking for like
All right. Just want to make sure I'm rolling the right thing here.
I rolled a 19, by the way. I didn't roll
It's
that.
fine.
Not gonna pass.
It'll be a nat 20 plus 10, so 30.
On brand.
From that insight, basically, you said you're basically trying to gauge why Amaris is trusting towards Sigrun. Based on the information that you would know that Amaris, one, is a history nerd. And something could have happened during that conversation, clearly, because she is talking about their conversation.
Okay.
So you can probably gauge that Amaris knows a lot about Sig, but I don't think they have enough of a familiarity. So something happened in that conversation, basically.
Okay.
Did Lethe have alone time with this person?
I have not yet.
Okay. Yeah.
No, the only person that's had an alone one-on-one time conversation with Sig is literally Amaris.
Oh no. I was implying more than that. Sexy time.
You're on brand trying to fuck everything.
Yeah.
Untainted by Lethe.
I'm not
Ruben?
the only one to worry about in this group.
No, you're pretty much the only one.
No,
I'm
I'm
just-
not.
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
fuck the world serpent. That was someone else.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we had that last time. We have Lethe doing his, and Bruno has what? How many did I come up with? Like 5 like women that he's been with in the last like couple of years. One of which he has a son with that y'all met.
Wait a second, you have a kid in this one too?
Anyways, continuing.
What?
Of that, I have no doubt. I still think it's a bad idea. But if things are as pressing as they are, we don't really have we probably don't have the time to come up with a better plan.
Mars is just gonna look at her and basically sit there and be like, "Let me get dressed."
Lethe was going to say, well, if it's that important, then certainly you can get us into the loop here.
Yeah. Bragg at that point is just gonna like, as he's sipping, he's just gonna stop. He's gonna slowly turn and look to Sigrun and just be like, puts the mug down. What you're saying is higher command screwed you and now you have to go do something that you're not in the mood to do.
Real quick hold. Nobody can hear you in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Just limit.
Is that Kara?
Yes, it's Kyra.
Hi, bitch!
Check your Streamlabs to make sure that the mic is set on there. 'Cause I do that more often than I like to admit.
Okay.
Contain the calamity that is your memories, sir.
Yes, someone else who knows how to ultimate abridged.
Right. That should be a lot better now.
Kyra.
What say you, chat room?
Also,
There we go. We're good.
also, chat. Can you hear my like any feedback from my computer audio because I haven't got headphones in? It's coming from speakers. Guys, can you talk so that they can see if they can hear?
No.
I love how you said talking to every single one of us did that. We made
No.
random fucking noises.
Listen, if you want to test feedback, I am the perfect person for it.
No,
So
no,
that
no,
was-
shush. Everything seems fine apparently.
Seems fine. Okay, never mind. I was about to test it, but it's okay.
Like, okay, cool.
Test the microphone. Don't test our eardrums, Nate.
Your eardrums look mighty fine. Let's see if I can make them bleed.
Let's not.
On that note, sorry for the technical issues.
Son of a bitch.
Big yawn.
Damn, tell us how you really feel.
I want to punch someone in the face. Right.
Well, that I knew already, but anyway.
Feelings mutual, but carry on.
So. Fuck, where was I?
Sig may or
So
may not be
mood.
divulging information.
Sig looks to you, Bragvadir. It's less of a mood to do something rather than if this were to happen, I have yet to give my answer. But if this were to happen, Soulshire is screwed.
You're talking invasion-wise, aren't you? Bragg is staring them dead in the face right now.
Mars left to go get dressed.
I just want an insight check.
Rune is taking a nap on a table nearby.
Get up on those knees.
Lethe, roll your insight.
Right, Bragg is just like staring, visualizing, looking at their face right now.
$24.
24. Lethe, you get the sense that well, first of all, oh yeah, it is bad news. It's bad news bears.
Always the damn bears.
That for such short of time of the current occupation of the battalion, it's just gonna get a whole lot worse from here. Bragg, you say you give your query, and all she does is it might be.
At that moment, I don't know why, but Bragg is just like, when you bring numbers, you intimidate something. And when you intimidate something, this happens.
Which is why I need to get in touch with your rebellion.
How about we choose a neutral territory instead?
You're not exactly welcome, if you get my drift.
Rather than us take you to them, how about you meet us and them somewhere else?
Make a persuasion check.
Hold off. How the fuck are we supposed to bring a rebellion somewhere that they're not going to be okay with? The fuck?
We can take a rebellion leader somewhere using disguise technology. Yes.
Okay, for a second I thought you were going to say we could take a rebellion leader hostage, and I was about to be like, that is not how we're doing shit today.
We take the rebellion and we push it over here.
That is,
Firmly
that is how
grasp
that
it.
works. Do I have advantage for whatever reason?
For this, I would say no.
Then only 15.
15.
That's super low for me.
She kind of ponders that for a wee moment. No. I need to go into their turf to let them know that I'm here of my own fruition to broker some form of peace.
By knowing exactly where they can be located at all times. That seems quite peaceful.
With what I have to say, which you will all be present for, they won't have to worry about that location for a while.
Mars is just gonna come downstairs full gear, basically, and look at Sig and be like, "You're still gonna need to disguise yourself. The wings will give you away."
At this point, she kind of grabs a very rudimentary looking cap and just places it on and transforms into a human female of red hair, tied in a fairly tight braid, wearing simple leather armor, short sword at the side, high heel boots because she has to keep up with an aesthetic at least. A very fair face, light freckles on the cheeks, and brown eyes.
You trying to make a fuckable character? Like the fuck? What the shit?
Mars is just gonna look them up and down, kind of smirk for a second, mentally think of previous conversation, and just be like, "All right, ready when you are."
Are we all ready to move then, or do you all need to get your gear and change as well?
I will. Not so much gear to put on. I feel like she has her armor on, but she's just gonna like go upstairs, grab the rest of her shit, and come down, like her second ring and all that jazz.
Okay.
Ag is very efficient and has that military mentality. So when he got up, he grabbed everything that he needed for the day. So
Alrighty. Rune, would you need to grab ship?
Yeah, give me a minute or two there to get my stuff together. Leafy, can you make sure I don't take a nap? Y'all are waking me up way too early for this nonsense.
Darling, I'm much better at putting people to sleep than waking them up.
Oh, that's a good option, actually.
Brag's just gonna look over and be like, "Hey, you can wake up."
I don't know.
To which Bragg takes a sip of his coffee, slowly walks up to Rune and is like, "Hey, Rune. Wake up!"
Oh, I don't think that did it. And he's gonna grab your coffee and like just take a sip.
Sir, at this point, that is like half a cup of brandy and half a cup of coffee.
Oh, that's the good stuff there. Okay.
It's a good morning.
How
Just
do
like
you?
an added extra. Just like an added extra. Bragg's just like, come here.
Yes, Kyle.
Smacks him across the face.
Yes, Kyle. Always wake up and choose violence.
Okay, well, that'll put some hair on your chest.
The dwarven
yeah.
wake up, alcohol and a slap to the face.
I'll be just a shake of a lamb's tail there, and I'll meet you outside. Don't you know?
I swear to fucking God.
And he'll go up, they'll come down. Like 2 minutes later, with the gear and ready to go.
I just want to be waiting for Rune when he comes down. Just real quick.
Okay. Bruno, I assume that you woke up and just grabbed all of your gear anyway.
I mean, he wears half of it, so it's like he wears most of it. As soon as they grab the sword on the way down, like whatever. I thought there was gonna be a fight. You just grab the sword and came down. You got that stuff.
Alrighty. So, who is taking the lead to the brewery first?
I guess Bragg would kind of hold the door open for everyone.
Amaris will take the lead at that point, I guess, or walk with Sig.
Alrighty. You and Sig head out of the door. When you step outside, the sunrise is just cresting up, so the sky is that lovely orange transitioning into the blue that's still nighttime on the one side of the hemisphere.
In any other situation, this would be an enjoyable moment.
Is that Amaris out loud?
Yeah.
Is that Amaris or is this Chris?
One cannot tell. Sig just replies, yes, when the threat of war is not on anyone's heads, this would be an enjoyable moment, but c'est la vie.
C'est la vie indeed.
Indeed?
Indeed. And dead. Whatever.
Indeed.
Amaris is tired. Leave us alone.
That would work. Amaris is still processing everything that happened as well, so it's like, indeed. So I just casually rolled my dice just for fun, and I rolled a nat 20. So today's going to be a good day for rolls.
So, marching order is Sig.
Or you wasted your only nat 20.
No. No, sir.
So, marching order. Sig and Amaris at the front. Who's behind them?
Probably Bragg. Held the door open, but
Bruno
kind
will
of
pick
just
up
like...
the rear.
Bruno behind.
At least he was waiting for Rune to stop him before actually walking out the door.
Okay. If you want to stop Ren now before we go any further, go for it.
Yeah. She just stops Rune as he starts to head out the door and goes, listen, about the other night. We're good, right?
Oh, there's really no reason for me to have any issues with you. I'm still a little forlorn that my man candy went off and left.
Yes, but you did get stabbed, partially in due to me.
Oh, worse stuff happens on the farm all the time. It's okay there.
As long as we're good.
Oh yeah, I consider you part of my second family there. So, you know, if we have issues, I'll be sure to let you know.
She just kind of gives like a tiny little smile and then turns to leave.
Besides, and he'll like lift up his like tunic and armor to where he got stabbed and like show that there's like barely a scar. It's already mostly healed there.
All right. If you say so.
Well, shall we skedaddle there?
Yes, let's.
Would you like me to carry you, or?
I think I can handle it, but thank you.
Well, at least I can give you an arm there.
She'll accept the arm.
on that note, is there anything anyone wants to talk about? I know that Bruno stepped away for a brief moment. Is there anything anyone else wants to talk about while on the walk to the brewery? No? Alrighty then. Then you all catch up to the brewery. The door is closed. Does anyone try opening the door?
What time are they technically arriving?
You're arriving at around nearly 7:30 in the morning, I would say.
Mm.
Right.
Mars will kind of look at the windows if there are any first to see if there's any light inside.
There is a dim light inside.
She'll knock first.
You knock. A moment passes. No response. Until you begin to hear slight rustling behind the door. And you hear the sound of an unlocking door lock.
Mm-hmm.
And when the door opens, there is the familiar face of Dot.
Mars' favorite person.
Dot is in a very nice silk dressing gown robe of yellow and silver.
Mm-hmm.
Very much like kimono-esque. Very
Mhm.
intricate patterns on it. And Dot kind of opens the door and goes, I know that you lot enjoy my fine concoctions, but this is a little early for it, wouldn't you all say?
Believe me, if it wasn't an emergency, I would come here at a normal time.
Sees you, sees everyone, and sees the new face. And who do we have here? And Sig kind of looks up and goes, I'm an acquaintance, and my name is Eileen. I'm accompanying them to you know who.
You're rolling against herself.
No, I'm rolling to see how her deception is, and it ain't bad. I have to roll insight for Dot.
Dot's inside is OP.
Nope, not with that roll. Fucking hell.
Then Dot just woke up. Congratulations, you got morning, Dot.
And Dot kind of looks to Sig. Well, good morning to you too, Eileen. If you're here this early, it must be of grave importance, so... But if you'd all like to follow me. And Dot leads you all into the back area. And placing the hands on his hand on the same barrel that you all know. The blue arcane scan almost goes over his hand, and the barrel, the flat side of the barrel begins to open up, and you're led downstairs. And Morris, Sig kind of leans into you and very quietly says, I must say, this is a very clever hiding spot.
They do really well for themselves, don't you think?
I'm almost disappointed in knowing, otherwise This would have been fun to find.
If you'd like to play pretend another time, I'm sure we can figure something out.
Mm-hmm. When the fate of Soulshire is not in the balance, absolutely.
Pretty sure I still owe you a drink. She just kind of continues on.
You all continue on. And when you step inside, it's almost as if the hustle and bustle of this place is a constant 24/7 thing. There's always people here, there's always people drinking, eating, the vendors are still operating. It's very much a 24/7 basis on how this place runs.
Mm-hmm.
And as you come in, hold it. I need to find a name.
You got my whip order yet?
What?
I'm making a joke. Don't worry about it.
You're talking to me. I'm only half paying attention.
Where in the fuck? Where the fuck? There we are. Thank you. As soon as you come in, you hear a very familiar, nasally, high-pitched halfling voice of Randon, who you know to be basically the person you see before seeing the coward.
Mm-hmm.
Randon comes up to you all. Although pleasant it is to see you all still, it is incredibly early and I do not know her.
Yes, but you know us, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't important. Especially this early.
This is all very true. You do look like you all had a very rude awakening.
In fact.
Well, is there anything I can help you with, or do you need to go any points to the office?
Oh,
We
Mark.
talk to
Yeah,
your
Mars.
boss.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me at least tell him that you are here. Hold on. If bear with me. Boom, 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 boom. And you hear from the back. Yes. What is it? The band of misfits that you kind of like, they're here. Ugh. Send them in, even if it is ungodly amounts of early. The door opens and you are all gestured to head on inside.
Mars just goes in.
Brad
You
kind
know-
of just cracks his neck and just walks in.
First of all, you not only see the coward that you all know as Bastia, you also see a fairly middle class dressed what you can tell to be Asgardian as well, but of a lighter grey skin complexion, almost matching Bastia's. Moira, if you'd like to describe yourself, please.
So Moira is she has her big black wings just unfurled and out. She wears like all purple clothes, like her corset, her hat, everything is just purple, and she is just covered in all of the mismatched jewelry and bling like she could find, and just playing with one of her rings, just kind of bored.
At that point, Bastia kind of looks at you all. Moira, like, if you mind stepping outside, and as he says that, Sig takes off the cap without saying a word, and just says, "This cannot wait. They are fine staying." Everyone make a perception check.
Mars is more so just gonna like side step to avoid getting whacked with wings.
Bruno is internally. Bruno internally when she just kind of abruptly does that. Fuck.
This is not stealthy. This is not stealthy.
This
I
is
also
not the
just have-
plan. We had a plan.
Technically, the door's closed.
It still wasn't the fucking plan.
All right.
17. Bruno.
Hold on. Lethe?
15. And by the way, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I just wanted to let you know she's got her hand on her wallet, her hand on her wand in her pocket. Words.
Okay. Moira?
Yes.
Perception
You
check,
said
please.
insight or
Perception.
New character. Who dis? 16.
Okay. Bragg?
I kind of zoned out. I'm sorry.
Roll
You
on
good.
perception.
Perception.
check,
Okay,
please.
thank you.
IRL failed perception check.
Oh, I fail those all the time.
His passive does not work well in his favor.
Let's go.
Yeah. Does a nat 20 good?
No, that's
No.
not enough.
What's your
No, you
modifier?
That's 23.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, 24 was the number we were looking for.
Amaris?
26. Don't roll your eyes at me. You're lucky it wasn't a nat 20, right?
Rune?
Rune went back to sleep. I rolled a 7.
Room be tired.
Rune's sleepy.
Ruby sleepy.
This is
Bruno,
his
what was
body.
yours? 17, was it?
17.
Alrighty. Moira, all except for Lethe and Rune, you noticed the coward's eyes, for as stone cold and deadpan, you know the coward, like, very briefly. This is the most emotion he has ever shown. His eyes are just wide, and his mouth is slightly open and agape. And he kind of goes, "Well, this is an unexpected pleasure." And the Sith goes, "Bet I was the last person you were expecting." And at the moment, he's just speechless. But not hostile in any way. He is just.
Wow, I didn't know I did that.
He's awake now.
Oh yeah.
Cock-a-doodle doo, motherfucker.
Ah.
Listen, I've been dealing with 2 crows fucking cawing every day this week. I shit you not. I don't want to deal with Odin. Odin can die in a fucking hole. I don't need 2 crows bugging me at 7 in the morning.
Crows are hell. Ravens are Odin.
Oh, that's even worse than great. Fuck off.
Sorry to break it to you, bud.
Yeah, and at least be. I don't fucking care.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be the Morgan.
I mean, true.
Which, granted, it could be good or bad. You will have absolutely no idea as someone who works with the mortgage. We're just kind of like, okay, sure, yeah, got it.
On
You
that
just silently hope for the best.
Pretty much.
At that point, does anyone want to say anything while the coward looks like someone just dropped a dead baby in front of him?
Moira chimes in. Should I go? I should go, right? This is way too much. Way too much.
Mars is just gonna look straight at Moira and be like, "Don't know who you are, but I recommend staying."
Lethe Devere.
Okay.
Does Onyx have a negative reaction to Moira?
No.
Okay.
Curious, but not immediately hostile.
Lethe's just holding her hand out to shake Moira's hand. It just goes, Lethe Devere.
Then Moira's attitude completely switches. Moira Lysmith, at your service.
How wonderful to meet you.
Well, careful of the service fee, though. Just kidding, Lethe.
Not that kind of service, dear.
I'm Rune. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure, all of you. Moira, feel like I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I'm just gonna go stand in the corner.
Basia kind of just pipes up. Actually, no. They came in at the perfect time, so you being here absolutely helps.
What now?
The coward says to you, Moira. Actually, you're here fine. They arrived at the most opportune moment.
Well, this morning certainly is full of surprises then.
Does he say anything? Basia kind of just looks to all of you. Yes. Especially when one's sister arrives unannounced.
What?
You all look now between Sig and the coward. And only now have you realized they look identical. And Sig just kind of pipes up. Twin sister, to be exact.
Mars is just gonna look between the two, mentally take note, continues to have a preference, and then listens.
Okay. At this point, Sig turns to you, Lethe, because I'm pretty sure she heard your... I'm sorry, what? Well, I just want to preface this to all of you. I did not know that my twin brother was going to be here currently.
Oh. Always fun to arrange a family reunion.
Albeit planned or not.
Unplanned is definitely better. Because if you know what's coming up ahead and it's family you don't want to see, you can just avoid it.
And at this point, Basia stands walks from behind their desk and squares up right to Sig. You do realize I have every right to gut you like a fish where you stand. as Sig is just pulls her arms out to her side as if inviting the idea. You're free to do so. And Bastia kind of just steps back behind his desk. So what does the general of the Asgardian army do to grace us with their presence? And good thing coming in with a disguise, by the way. I'm as strong as you are, you would not have been able to withstand the entire might of this entire hall.
Oh, well, they wouldn't be alone. Not that I want to start some violence, but, we're here for peace, and I'll defend that.
Peace, is it? Peace when you have 500 plus 3 Valkyries come in?
Bragg at that point is gonna pipe up.
Children. No, continue. Sorry.
Bragg's gonna pipe up at that point and is just basically looking at them like, I agree that the amount that they had brought in is a bit excessive. However, given the circumstances and the rules that they were given, they did not have much of a choice nor a say of how many they could bring.
Basha's kind of lost in thought. So, how can I help you all?
I'm sorry. All I heard was Alucard. No, how can I help you?
Stop.
Just lean back. So, how can I help you?
And Mars at this point is just gonna chime in and be like, Sig, didn't you come here with something to say?
Mm-hmm.
Very urgent news that you woke us up very early in the morning for.
Asgard is sending another 500 battalion to Soulshire.
I'm sorry. A battalion of 500 or 500 battalions?
A battalion of 500.
Okay. I don't know if you have 500 battalions worth of soldiers, but I'm pretty sure they could wipe the entire map clear with that. If 500 would know alone wasn't enough. Just wanted to clarify.
In actual fact, we have 800 battalions in our army.
I imagine them getting them all in one place to come here would probably be more effort than it is worth.
Mars is just gonna sit there and just kind of go like, Sig, what else was the information that you wanted to say?
I'm being manhandled here. Higher ups have completely overtaken my authority and gone against my wishes, hence the Valkyries and hence the 500. My initial number was only 200 to come in here and make sure that security was tight, given the fact that an Asgardian emissary was assassinated. But no. But I'm here now to let you all know of the impending danger that Soulshire is going to be under. And Sid kind of looks around and says to Bastia directly, Skull and hearty ride once more. At this point, Bastia just looks not perturbed, but definitely that like there's a look of concern behind his eyes. Well, that's concerning. You and I need to have a talk, and points to Sig. You and I need to have a chat right now. As for the rest of you, I have a mission for you. And Moira here has been gracious to let me know of a certain matriarch of an orphanage that is less than desirable, shall we say. Wouldn't you agree, Moira?
Mm. Oh, well, yes.
Oh my god.
How does everyone feel about stabbing an old lady in the face?
It depends on what the old lady has done.
Well, how about child starvation, money laundering, and possible slave trading?
Stabbing is a good start.
I think Onyx growls at that.
Yeah, Bruno's tone shifts. This is as our dear Dad Badir would recognize. This is dad tone now. Stabbing is a good start.
Well then, I shall lead the way. And every time she moves her hand, it just jingles. Just
Please tell me you don't have to roll stealth. Also, if this bitch is called Greylock, I'm going to throw something across.
What was that?
If this woman is called Grelog, I'm throwing something across the room.
Look,
I know where you got the inspiration for this, and I love you for it because I love doing that quest. I will save the game and do it over and over again because fuck that bitch, and I'm glad I get to do it here.
look, I was rewatching some Skyrim videos and I remembered how much I loved punching that old fucking bitch in the face. Like, oh.
Or, sniping her from across the room or setting her on fire. There's a million ways you can. I mean, sniping her across the room is when you don't want the guards to rush in and ask, why are you stabbing an old woman? But
poison her in her sleep. All the fun stuff.
We'll see what options we can come up with in today's adventure.
Unfortunately,
murder.
Unfortunately, there is no save feature in this. We can't repeat.
Damn. Well,
What if we go back in time?
Well, why don't we clear the room? I feel I can cut the tension with a knife. You find folks hungry or need a drink? On me, of course.
I require more coffee.
Coffee it is.
Oh, did they call us shites this morning when they tried to wake us up? I kind of vaguely remember a rude awakening.
I mean, there were more than one rude awakening, but I think when the general of the military shows up in your bar asking for your favorite patrons, you might be a little bit aggressive. I'll forgive him.
Rory, make a history check with disadvantage.
That's right. You were here for the other one. You were on I think you were on a plane when the other one.
Oh!
That bitch.
Oh, I wasn't on a plane, but I was in an airport, and it was real dumb.
You don't recall who said it, but for some reason you did hear the word shite being mentioned. But then again, it's a very common word and can be in all sorts of contexts.
Oh, maybe I was just having a dream about Yggritte. Oh,
She did enjoy that one.
Oh well.
Rune, how are your wounds healing?
Oh great, my cure wounds was able to take care of most of the damage there.
That's good.
I presume, actually, I don't really know.
Honestly, all I want in the future is just at least one night where I get to sleep the entire night and not interrupted by my friends being stabbed or by the loud knocking right after the night of my friends being stabbed.
You know, perhaps we should start doubling up on the rooms just so, there's safety in numbers. But
That's going to be a little harder for me, but
first things first, let's get some meat and some breakfast and then maybe figure out what we're doing for the day.
I'm all for that.
Yes. Right this way. And I'll kind of usher everyone out like, come on, come on.
You all know that you can happily get coffee, mead, and breakfast in the hall of the Underground Rebellion, and as soon as you leave the office with Sig and Bastia, that door slams fucking shut.
Amaris isn't moving far from that door right now, though.
She's just like leaning towards her ear towards the door, like.
No, she's not listening in. She's like, they can have their private conversation, but I'm not leaving them alone in there.
I'm closing this. Bear with me.
Any of you have any problems traveling with a Asgardian?
Not particularly, as long as you don't intend to stab me. Good
Oh
enough.
yeah, I think as long as we're all on our best behavior, there shouldn't be any issues.
Everyone make a history check.
That's
A
fine.
what check? Wisdom?
History.
History.
I'm sorry if some of the
Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry if some of the words like come out a bit slurred. I have an ulcer right here and it's grinding against one of my teeth.
Well, it's like your audio keeps like fluctuating a little bit.
There we go.
They can hear you now, but like sometimes you really need to get all up on that mic, all up in its business.
I
That's nice.
really do.
I like that role.
Get up all in that mic.
So, Sarah, I gather is a very high woe.
Yes.
What did you get?
I got a natural 20.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna disappear tomorrow.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Bragg, what did you get?
I got a dirty 20.
Amaris?
I have a 26.
Rune?
Both?
Bruno?
That is a 23.
All apart from Rune, you all know that Moira's light but greyish complexion is that of a Ardgeir, which is basically, in D&D terms, a fallen ASMR. In that Ardgeir are shunned away from normal Asgardian society, branded as cowards, branded as outcasts. So Moira has, in fact, no connection with anything to do with Asgard. Like that ship has fucking sailed.
I would also like to point out, visibly, Moira has no weapons. All she has with her is like a cane.
Amaris is just gonna look over at Bragg and basically be like, I'm gonna stick here, grab me food and coffee.
I was just gonna kind of look at them and be like, why don't you just come along?
Food and coffee.
You like an outfit with that?
I mean, you could check to see if the whip that I ordered came in or not, but I don't think they're open yet.
Bragg just kind of lifts up his axe slowly and points it to Amaris. Like, don't push it.
Amaris sits there and points over at the booth, Try the one that where they had actually like ordered a whip from. The whip, genius, not you personally.
He looks over. He sees. He still looks back to Amaris. Still pushing it.
Just get the goddamn.
I'll get
coffee,
you food.
please.
How about that? I'll get you food if it's such a big hassle.
She's gonna look at Moira, look at Bragg, and be like,
I'll get the food.
So,
Bragg's gonna look to Moira though, just be like, no offense to you, just you're new. And this one is particular about their people.
Fair enough.
so, Moira, the food for everyone, the mead, should they choose it, and coffee, all in all, it will cost you just a singular gold.
I give them 5.
All right. Bragg, mark off 15 silver.
All I got is gold, so I'm gonna just try to
10 silver equals 1 gold.
Right.
So you have 5 silver left minus 2 gold.
I ain't got no silver. That's the problem. I have no silver.
So-
No, I know. I'm saying you're gonna take 2 gold.
Uh-huh.
10 silver equals 1 gold. So that would be 20 silver.
Gotcha.
So you have 5 silver and minus 2 gold.
Ah. Okay. Gotcha. Alright, done. Bragg finally has silver. He's no longer a rich bitch. He's got change.
I mean, it could be worse. I could say, you owe them a couple of Electrum, because no one fucking uses it.
The fuck is Electrum even used for?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Basically, okay. How because how we
Electrums are the pennies
how
in
I've
it.
used it, how it's been used before in games I've been in. It's like if there's like an empire, it's basically like it's somewhere in between the value of gold and silver. So it's often used by governments for like their own specified currency that only they use. Like think of it in Fallout New Vegas. Think of it like NCR dollars. They're only really usable with people with the NCR. So it's sometimes used as a custom, like if like there's a good equivalent. The tags that the rebellion uses.
I was gonna say we can actually use the Electrum feature as the tags if you want to, DM.
Nah.
Yeah,
It-
just tell you that one manually.
Yeah, basically it's like it's like a weird currency that like most people use as like this is a specialized currency used for only certain vendors or certain like official towns of a certain government. It's weird.
Nah. Oh. All right. So, during breakfast, is there anything anyone would like to discuss, talk about? You have some free RP time right now.
While we're sitting here, if I have time, I'd like to take an hour to switch to the Cloak of Displacement as my attunement. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, sure, you can attune it over a short rest.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Well, any questions about mission at all, or are we just going to smash and grab, as my old friends used to say?
So, what exactly are we doing? Also, I'm gonna need way more meat than this.
Pay
As
them.
Bragg is coming back with like food and coffee, he hears that little statement is like, isn't the term snatch and grab?
Smash and grab.
He gives the stuff to Amaris. He's like, I'm not crazy, right? It's snatch and grab, right?
You would have had to walk all the way over there get it, come all the way back. So you questioned her essentially, where she is not within earshot of these people. So she's gonna look at you and be like, explain.
The term is snatch and grab, right? No, not smash and grab.
It's snatch and grab, yes.
All right. I like how she caught a bit of his accent.
She picks up on everything. Shush. She's all the time. Leave her alone.
At that point, Brad kind of like lifts up the coffee bag. He's like, "Drink a bit. You're starting to take my accent. It's a bit weird."
Go deal with the new one. Tell me information later.
Right.
Moira also pulls out just some of her performing stuff, a lute, a set of tarot cards, and just like actual just like playing cards. It's just like fiddling with all of her stuff. Just always doing something with her hands.
Mars just gonna be chilling by the door, essentially just eating her food, drinking her coffee, watching the group.
Alrighty. Does anyone have anything that they know they want to discuss with any party member or anything before we skip on for the sake of brevity?
Leafy's just gonna make small talk with Moira while attuning.
Okay, okay. You're free to do
Moira's
so.
just gonna be like, "Yeah, I used to be a circus performer.
Really?
Yes, it was quite a exotic showpiece.
My. That must have been quite an interesting life.
I've lived 1,000 lives and one."
Fantastic.
Is there any other trouble I should know about from this group? Any ancient curses, or are any of you going to steal my kidneys in the night?
Why? Are they a good color?
Yes, they're quite pretty. You should have seen the guy I got them from.
Brag's
I
just
think
gonna be as
they-
blunt as possible. Just morning Bragg, who's had like brandy coffee, just blunt and just like points to Lethe. This one has a secret, but you're gonna have to pin them down into a corner before they say anything about you. Points to Bruno. That one is a rather strange man indeed, but is rather kind. Points to Rune. Has a weird obsession with that cat of his. And then points to Amaris. Has fucked the world serpent.
Moira immediately goes, "She fucked my uncle."
What?
I don't remember this in your backstory. What the fuck?
Yes, you do. I'll message you. Hold on.
Yeah, no. I would have made a note of that. I would have said something.
What?
I'm messaging you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You're going to need to explain yourself.
Like
Hold-
in game or right now?
How about both?
Right. Okay. Okay. In that case, Moira, make a deception check.
Man,
Hold on.
psych the fuck out of that.
Natural 20, so 30.
I can't do shit.
Um,
Even if I rolled.
Bragg, he says it with such conviction that
She.
um the she says it with such conviction that you're inclined to believe that the fucking world serpent is Moira's uncle. Look, you can't argue against a natural 20. I know
Can't
this
argue
is...
against the natural 20. However, I can say this. Prove it then.
How?
By any means necessary.
Moira pulls out her lute, which is just what it looks like one long piece of like a lute carved into the shape of the world serpent, to where like the ends are like its head and its tail, and the body is its like curled up body. I mean, he gave this to me.
I'm gonna incite that. That's an entirely different lie.
Insight versus deception again.
Okay. That explodes for a 24.
I mean, I got a nat 20, but I got no modifiers. Doesn't do shit.
By the way, I have a plus 10 to deception.
Now,
The energy I'm feeling from this is, if I'm going to have an origin, I'd prefer it to be multiple choice.
now,
Which is the best bard thing ever. I love you.
now it's at this point. Does the nat 20 succeed even though the total is below?
That's up
In
to you.
technical terms, because they are above a 20, you can argue that because one was a nat and one was not, that there is a slight hesitation in the voice line. But you can't tell if that's just because it's a big topic.
Yeah, I'll
Like
I'll
it's a
agree with
sentiment.
Chris on
Because
that
it's,
one.
to be fair, if you're gifted something by a family member, you could argue like it's a sentimental piece, it's a sentimental memory, so there could be a wavering in the voice.
All right. Bragg, this is a case of where you don't outright believe them, but at the same time, you have no cause to not believe them, other than the fact that there is slight variations of tone. You just can't pinpoint on what it is, but it's that weird grey area of you could be lying, but at the same time, could also not be.
You could be lying or you could be emotional.
This person is new. And Bragvidir immediately with new people is like, I don't trust you. So it's leaning more so, as much as it's like, I believe you and I don't, it's more so like, I don't believe you. Regardless of how convincing it may sound, don't believe you.
Believe what you want. I'm just here to entertain, make a couple laughs, and walk away.
As far as you can tell, Moira's a very convincing and interesting character.
Oh, so we have two bards in the party then.
Yes, I am a bard. That's what I do for a living, most of the time.
They're a very great storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you happen to have a story while we finish our breakfast here?
Oh, I have plenty. Which would you like to hear?
Tell us your most recent adventure.
Oh, I don't do much of the adventuring variety. I'm more of the... I'm more of the, I'm going to sing and I'm going to dance and I'm going to give you a good time.
Well, when was the last time that all that didn't quite work out for you and you had to make a quick getaway?
Oh, when I was about 13 and a man stabbed me in an alleyway for taking his wallet.
To be fair, in some places they take your hand.
All the more reason not to trust this person now.
Well, it was that or starve to death. I chose life.
I have been in
I
this.
choose life.
And again, I was raised to know how to hunt, and I eventually found myself to where I have been trained. And a peacebreaker is never without a job for something.
I'm no hunter. I'm just Moira.
What's the phrase I hear so often? I'm but a simple traveling bard.
I am a humble bard.
A humble bard, that's it.
Who's
I have
just
yet to meet a humble bard.
I am
but
quite
always an entertaining one.
Well, should we go gather your other friend before we head out, or you guys want to ask me more questions about me? Do you want me to read your fortune, or what?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind a fortune telling.
Bruno kind of like leans away. That has never gone well for me. I'll stick to what I usually do.
I mean, what would you like to know?
Well, is there romance in my future? Because there certainly isn't any in my present anymore.
Oh, no. Yes, there is love in the future.
Okay. Hold on. Moira, go ahead and roll me a d4.
A d4?
Mm-hmm.
4?
4. Okay.
Yeah.
And then roll me a d6.
D6? Okay. 2.
2. Okay. Slight piloting, but only slight. You tell Rune that, why, yes, there is love in your future. However, it will come when you least expect it, and it will also come at a time where you may not want it as well.
I'm also saying this because I have tarot cards right here.
I tried to make a way of like letting the dice choose, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there is love in your future. However, it's going to be inconveniently timed.
What's in the cards there?
That's what I repeat everything Mitch just said, like, oh, you'll find love, but maybe not when you want or when you need. But isn't that what love always is? Just unexpected and magical and wonderful?
Oh, don't you know it?
I've never been in love myself, so I wouldn't know.
Well, maybe the cards have something good for you as well.
They don't.
It is worth the experience.
That's a story I'd like to hear another day.
Another time, perhaps. But let's gather your friends and let's
go fish fight an old woman. That sounds.
As another friend of mine used to say, be gay and do crime.
technically qualified.
Sounds like a good plan there.
On that note, people, we are going to take a short break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time. Do not go anywhere, and I hope you're enjoying thus far. Alright.
file the through HR.
Which is bullshit because you are HR.
No, we opted for an HR representative. I have told you this.
No, I meant for your IRL job, honey.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
I volunteer as HR representative in your personal life. I don't mind.
Also,
It's situational depending on when the complaint's filed.
That
I
one,
don't-
that
I also
120
don't
days,
file that many complaints.
that 120 days will turn into 240 due to Brian's sleep schedule.
Yep.
Mhm.
We'll be back to you in 3 to 6 business months.
Also, I'm still debating. So I definitely, when I come up to Tennessee, am getting my ears pierced because I found some really cute earrings. I'm also debating tattoo because I feel like a baby that all of my friends have tattoos.
I get shanked on Sunday and I'm so excited.
Have fun.
Oh, fuck. I just realized I've gotten paid, which means this is no longer gonna get naked.
Well, let's get back to the game before Nate kills over.
Right. So
Come back to that now.
you
I believe in you, buddy. You got this. Stay with me, pal.
So, you're all, for the sake of brevity, you've had a short rest to enjoy your breakfast, your meals, your various coffees, and Amaris, how are you doing?
For anybody that is paying attention, passively or not, Amaris is currently muttering to herself and pacing in front of that door.
I'm sorry, did I miss something?
Everyone make a perception check. Apart from Amaris.
Brag.
Oh, that's an actual.
9.
Perception check.
14.
That is a grand total of
17.
26 with a nat 20. For some reason, Bruno very attentive for no particular reason.
Rune?
9.
9.
And Brag.
My sleeping Nate managed to roll a 22, so I'm okay.
Brag. What was it yours again, Moira? 17?
Yeah.
Fucking now I'm starting to kill over. Brag, Moira, and Bruno. You can hear the muttering and cursing underneath Amaris's breath, just barely. And it seems to be a mixture of cursing at oneself.
Oh goddamn this motherfucking hard bullshit serving nonsense fucking dude. It was a drink. I just wanted a drink, and I'm dumb because I got stupid gods.
Okay, Brad's gonna walk over. Brad's gonna walk.
Oh
over.
yes, the hard reset noise. I missed the hard reset noise.
Brad's gonna walk over.
She's pacing, by the way, violently.
Oh yeah. But Bragg is gonna walk over, place a hand very gently on the back, and just be like, "Come on, this way." And tries to move them a little further away from everyone. Once they get far enough away, Bragg's gonna look at Amaris and just be like, "Finally caught up with reality, I see."
Mars at this point. Go ahead, Bruno.
Bruno's over in the corner, like, because he's figured out, like, he hears her, so we're like, he's just walking away, like, trying to keep to himself.
Moira's just chuckling to herself, just.
Amaris at this point is swapping between languages, by the way, at this point. She's pissed.
Which languages?
It's gonna go between Draconic, Druidic, Dwarvish, Giant, Infernal, and Elvish.
None of
Right.
those.
In that order.
Okay, so in this case, Brag's gonna kind of look at them and be like, "We're gonna need you to speak one language now."
And she's venomously cursing practically in every language.
Brag, you hear one particular dwarvish curse that you swear is one of those curses that, like, as much as abrupt dwarves are, they hear this one curse word and even they're like, "Ooh." It's like when Americans hear the word, and I'm sorry,
It's like a
but,
it's like a hard no word basically.
near enough. It's like when, sorry to throw you under the bus here, Chris. It's like when Chris hears the word cunt.
This is exactly what Amaris is doing. She's calling
Okay.
Amara a cunt. That is what she's calling her.
Alright, in that case, Bragg is gonna look to Amaris and he's just gonna be like, "Hey, easy there with the words."
She glares at him and goes, I don't give a shit.
I understand that. Bring it back now and speak like the sensible being that I know you can be.
Take a deep breath.
Impulse
Oh,
roll.
Impulse roll. Impulse roll.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the latest ASMF or whatever movie. It's like, oh, my sandwich. No.
No.
This guy says, hey, stop swearing. No.
Fuck no.
Anyways.
Back off.
Amaris is by no means calmed down. If anything, you telling her to chill has only ramped it up to 90. Why?
He didn't say calm though. He said.
Fair enough. It was essentially how she took it.
Okay. All right.
Because I just rolled in that one.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Because they're so happy
Far
because
from
it never
calm.
happens to you.
Look,
No, this
I
is the
DM a
second
game for
time.
Chris. I've
This
never
is the second
seen.
time in this game, actually.
Oh.
Bragg is gonna reach into his bag and pull out a bottle of bourbon and just be like, "You ready to calm down just a wee bit?"
No, she's screeching in Celestial right now.
Oh, she's
speak
just literally
Celestial.
screeching. Literally screeching.
Which
No, not screeching. But like high-pitched rage.
Which, even though it is screeching in rage, it is harmonic, it is melodic, it sounds beautiful.
Bragg knows it ain't fucking nothing beautiful about it.
Can I try to, like.
Moira, being as
Yes.
guardian, you speak
Yes.
Celestial. You know
Yes, I do.
exactly what, you know exactly what she's saying.
Can I go over to Amaris just to, like, see what's going on?
They also know.
Oh, and as well as Lethe, you hear this now.
I'm still not copping to the fact that I understand Celestial to anybody.
No, I know, but since you do.
I'm gonna go over to Amaris and I'm going to say in Celestial.
Hold on, let me finish to say what I said what I was going to say in Celestial.
Okay.
Before you start. She name calls the living shit out of him.
Okay.
Okay.
And is glaring at this bottle of bourbon and goes, it's that and the stupid mead and the stupid trickery from your stupid father and all that stupid bullshit. You better get your ass down here because you still owe me 2 bottles of bourbon.
And Moira's gonna say in Celestial, whatever debt my family owes you, I will pay it.
Not a safe thing to say right now.
Moira doesn't know shit.
I need to roll something. Hold on.
Yes, you do actually, because of how high strange she is.
Little nervous because I think I know what you're rolling.
Oh no.
How fucked am I?
You're fucked.
Sweet. See,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right.
No. I know what's happening. I don't like it.
Yes. Oh yes.
Runa and Onyx are literally just sitting there like la 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 la. Chaos unfolds.
I just want to say, Mitch is incredibly happy right now
oh no.
because Bruno, my good man.
I fucking knew it. Like, who do I get to fuck today? Yes, my darling Mitch, what do you have for me today?
Bruno, your mind is not your own for a brief moment, and then
For once, it's not brag. Wait, is that why you re-rolled twice? Because you got brag twice?
no,
Okay.
I got 5 twice, and the fifth person on my screen is a Morris.
Oh,
Technically, technically, she's the one raging at the gods right now.
Yep.
Yeah,
That would have been correct, though.
yes, but she also wouldn't be there to hear it.
Yet no.
They're currently coming in for a one-on-one.
Today, dear diary, today I was a meat puppet.
So Bruno, while you are aware that your mind is not your own, and you can hear as you would normally, and you try to speak, but no, there is no sound coming from your mouth. There's no words, nothing. Bruno suddenly sits up and walks very calmly to Amaris. Yes, you called.
I'm fucking out. Wait, hold on. Is it Har responding? Or is it the other one that Amaris hasn't met yet?
Judging from the calm demeanor, it's Ha.
Okay. Immediately Amaris at this point, still venomous and ragey and everything else. Can you say that she would recognize that tone immediately?
Oh, yep.
Okay.
Oh, no.
She's gonna turn heel. This 5'4" petite redheaded woman. Look straight up at Bruno, essentially, and be like, that is a pussy way out of it. You're either gonna talk to me yourself with your own body or in my own head. Don't use somebody else.
I'm currently indisposed at the moment.
Is this being spoken in common? This is just a general question I'm asking right now? Okay, just making sure.
As of right now, I'm currently indisposed, so you have me for a short amount of time.
We'll save the conversation for later then.
As you wish, my dear. And the connection cuts out.
My dear.
Bruno immediately goes.
I feel like, you know what Chris is doing right now, Bragg is gonna be like, we're going outside now. Literally starts dragging this chick out the door.
Oh, it's so nice to see everyone getting along there.
That I didn't like that.
Moira goes over to Bruno and just like kind of pats him on the back, like, they're there. They suck.
Oh, it was bad enough when his brother did it, and that was just my initiation.
Bruno, roll a con save.
Oh, goody! Well, my con's actually pretty good, so let's see. Oh, that's not as good as I thought it was. That's 15.
15. You feel a little groggy. And just generally, you know when you just come down from a cold, you know it's out of your system, but it's that like residue, just blech feeling. Exact that, yes. You
That's
have
more
this. You have that wave just overwhelm your body.
Moira's just like rubbing the small of his back, like there.
Yeah, she's gently patting this like 8.5 foot tall.
Oh, Moira's only like 5'6", so
Yeah,
it's just
no,
like
Bruno's 8.5 feet fucking tall. He's a Goliath slash Jotnar. He is the big boy of the party. He's just like, I'll be fine.
I'm pretty good at healing, just putting it out there, and I guess I'll walk to the head of the group to like lead them in the direction where we need to go.
Yeah, Bruno will just keep hanging back and just sort of like, at least it's not as bad as when I have my visions. That I might have actually gone to find him and kick his ass.
Amaris, how you doing?
Mars, as like earlier for what I was doing, just the
Also, Moira's just gonna
Bragg has brought them outside, so
also Moira's gonna take her loot and just like put it in front of her, just like probably doesn't need to see that right now.
Probably best.
she's very focused on the fact that she got called deer. And at this point, she's just gonna sit there. She's gonna like sit there. Hold on. Okay, we're good. She's gonna take a deep breath and just be like, trying to murder an old lady.
Yes, let's kill an old witch.
Before we head off, Lethe, Rune, anything you want to do before we head out, or were your characters kind of just enjoying the chaos?
Oh no, I got the fuck out of the room when Bruno got possessed. I don't do that shit anymore.
We were. I'm assuming we were in the process of eating or drinking at some point, so Rune is just kind of sitting there with Onyx, like finishing up, just watching everything and being like, "Oh, everyone's so friendly today. Where'd Lethe go?"
Lethe, roll a stealth check. Fuck it.
Only 12.
I imagine everyone's passive perception is above a 12, correct?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, when she snuck out, technically there was a loud commotion. Would that be advantage? The Morris was not quiet.
Yeah, go ahead and roll again, see if it's higher.
Much higher. 22.
Oh yeah, no, you get the fuck out of Dodge. Right, straight up, just another possession. Nope.
Come out, bitches.
Are you outside too?
Oh, I just went straight outside.
So,
Where Bragg dragged Amara, so.
Lethe, Bragg, and Amaris, you are,
I think Mora tagged along actually.
and Moira, you're all outside. Rune and Bruno, I imagine you are following suit, just slightly behind. So yeah. Moira, you head off in the direction of the orphanage that you know very well. Is there anything that you want to discuss to the party before you make your way there?
So Moira is kind of like it like she's kind of like stressing about it in a weird way. She was like, I'm gonna get revenge, maybe. So she just pulls out her lute and just starts walking and just starts strumming it, playing like just a nothing tune as she's walking. And she just says to the group, "We don't need to hurt anyone else. We're just here for the old lady. Don't hurt the kids. Don't hurt anyone else. I'm just here to kill the old lady."
And Mars is gonna look to Bragg right now and be like, "So are we getting paid for this or what?"
I'll pay you.
Mark was missing for this conversation, so
Moira, you know that upon completion, you can return back to Batia and Bastia and receive payment enough to divvy up to the rest of the party.
Moira, in her weird sense of like morality and honor, just goes, "You guys will be getting all the pay. I don't want it."
On that note, anything else anyone wishes to discuss?
I also assume Amaris has seen her loot by now.
Amaris, what's your passive perception?
22.
High. It's high.
Yeah, no. You definitely see it poking out of the bag. It's a very familiar snake-like shape at the head of the loot.
Just gonna look it up and down. And just kind of be like, if anything, Amar seems to be a bit more focused on the situation. Just kind of goes like, "So why are we hunting her down? I wasn't here for that conversation."
Oh, well, possibly selling children into slavery, embezzling money that should be going to the orphanage and helping children get fed and taken care of, and overall just being a bitch.
You see. She's gonna eye the loot at least one more time.
Do you wanna see it?
No, keep it to yourself.
Okay.
The less snakes, the better.
This time Moira is just gonna grip her cane, just start walking.
Okay. You all come to a only slightly rundown building. Looks like the upkeep has not been great, but at the same time, it's still standing. It's a very simple white granite brick building. About 3 stories. There comes to a pointed roof. Windows everywhere. 2 large doors at the front. And it just which simply says orphanage. That's carved into the stone above the double doors.
So enough to pass a government check, but that's it.
And basically, yeah.
Moira's gonna cast disguise self on her.
Okay, and what do you disguise yourself as?
Just Moira, Moira sands her wings and just makes herself look more ragged.
Okay. So you do that, and you see, all of you see Moira's wings disappear. She's looking a little bit less flamboyant and a little bit more run down than you saw her. Anything else anyone wishes to do?
So, wait, are we just roughing this lady up, or are we just gonna
Why not tell you?
toenails, or?
I mean, I'm not one for torture.
Oh, so quick and painless then.
No, I want it to hurt, but we can make it quick.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere nicely in the middle.
Well, perhaps we can just leave her in a room with Bragvidir.
Moira just grips her cane and just use it to knock on the door.
You knock, and the knock echoes throughout, and you suddenly start seeing lights in different windows come up, and you see the light crack through the main double doors, and a couple of shadows passing by, into which you all hear a "What in this ungodly time? Who is knocking at the..." And the door opens, and you can see, not heavily frail, but definitely elderly, crow's nests on the eyes, wrinkles on the forehead, silver blonde hair tied back, and this woman in very simple, common clothes, also with a cane, just opens the door. Can I help you? What can I do you for?
Moira comes up. Yes, I'm looking for just any information about my little sister. She was left here many years ago. She had very black wings, an Asgardian.
Moira. Oh, my dear Moira. I don't know. You're all best to come inside. Quick. Although your timing is quite abrupt and early, come in, all of you.
I go in. I don't know about the rest of the group.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Inside check for anyone who wants to.
So, no, Bruno's has a different idea. Once he gets into the building, he's going to look around, and he's going to place his hand on the wall and close his eyes and see if anything comes in.
All right, we'll get to that in just a moment. Inside check for anyone who wants to make
I
one.
can go last for that. I know how that works.
I also want a perception check as we step in the door.
Okay, perception check for Lethe. Inside check for anyone else.
19.
19.
No perception check as well.
6. Oy.
I wish to
Certainly better than
perceive.
mine.
All right, so, Lethe, your perception check.
10.
10.
Yeah.
Brag.
19.
Hmm?
19.
Is that perception or insight? Sorry.
Perception.
Perception. Amaris?
30 on perception.
Well, fuck. All right.
I can see God.
Our passage is 22. Fight me.
No, no, you understand? We make these same jokes at Sarah because tomorrow night we have Darren, who also has ridiculous perception, which is why I posted a video earlier of this play where the guy's tripping out like, "What are you? What are you? Watchers with 1,000 eyes. It's like we're Darren finally nat 20s of perception, and she's past the veil.
So, Rune, your insight check. You just see just a frail old woman running an orphanage. You don't feel anything malicious coming off of her. From the way that she's limping on the cane, she looks like she's a very hard worker. Hence why she probably has the cane. Moira, given that you roll again and take the higher number, if it is higher.
Natural 20. You said insight?
Yeah.
24 total.
Oh, you know this bitch is putting on the biggest show of a fucking lifetime right now.
I'ma stab this bitch.
Like, you remember this woman, and the woman that you see before you is one of her go-to plays for when inspectors come in, new people come in to adopt. It's that front that comes up, but as soon as the doors close, it's gone. Lethe, your perception check of 10. You see just a very it's basically like a government issue building. Very, very simple corridors, doors, nothing too extravagant. And, as Amara's put it, can pass inspection just barely, but that's about it. Bragg, your perception of 19, while you see everything that I described to Lethe, you also see a lot of closed doors. Normally, when visitors come in, you probably expect at least some children to come in and like see. Not a child in sight. Just a lot of closed doors. Apart from the main foyer that is adjacent to the waiting area that's adjacent to the main foyer area.
Greg's not liking this right now.
Amaris, your perception of 30. You see one door that is partially ajar, ever so slightly. And from the dim light that is creaking through this, you see half of a very disheveled and worn down childlike face behind that door.
Don't forget, Mars technically has dark vision.
Yeah, which is why I just Rune, yeah.
How is Onyx responding to this woman?
Oh, Onyx is not liking her.
Okay.
Like, hairs on end, like back is arched in a defensive stance. And
oh, come on, Onyx. This is a nice old lady.
Oh,
Onyx knows what's up. I smell the evil on this bitch.
Cats can always sense evil.
Before I let you know what happened to my room, my name is Silda. It's a pleasure to meet you all. And my dear, I'm sorry to say that Moira ran away some time ago. I do not know.
Why?
Your guess is as good as mine. We treated her so well, and she was loved, and I don't know why.
Are we in somewhere are we in like a private section?
Oh no. This is in the main foyer waiting area at the moment.
Can can I just see? I want to see the paperwork, or just any paperwork about her. I'm just trying to track her down.
Of course. Just
Assuming you have it.
I always keep records. I always keep if you just bear with me one moment. She scurries gently to what looks like an office area. That's underneath the that's adjacent to the stairs and underneath the first landing. Yes, Lethe?
You can continue. I just, when you're done, I want to look for any familiar markings.
Any familiar markings? Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Or shady shit.
Shady shit.
And she goes off in.
I'm not shady at all.
Bullshit!
She goes
That
into.
was not even in the tray. Come
She go-
on.
She goes into the office area. While she's there, anything you lot would like to do? Oh, wait. Bruno.
Yeah.
Roll me a wisdom check.
Ah. No, that's the floor. Okay, that's not bad. Had a wisdom check that is 22.
22. You get the briefest of visions of an older woman shouting just generally abusive slurs and frightened young voices. Like, this is less of a, vision, more of a, like, an auditory
An auditory flashback.
auditory flashback. You just hear shouting at these young children and crying and wailing from the children themselves. And it comes to a point where you do in fact hear a smack as if a hand is colliding with something humanoid.
So once they kind of once that sort of hits, I don't know who's standing nearest to Bruno.
Probably Bragg.
Yeah, Bragg. You see Bruno resting his hand against the wall, with his eyes closed, and you hear the crack of one, like the creaking and like a splintering or a cracking of the board. And he lets out this very low growl.
Bragg's gonna look to him and judging by how everyone's been acting, Bragg is gonna look to Bruno, essentially holding his own anger before he speaks in Giant and looks to Bruno and be like, "Please tell me it's not what I think this is."
He speaks back to him in Giant. I'm going to rip off her head.
Mars is actually going to chime in Giant and basically like, be wary. Children are watching.
Oh, Onyx, stop making that growling noise.
Bragg is gonna start walking.
Whoa.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, before she closes the door, can I use a mage hand to like keep it open?
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
It'd be great if you did it like the bottom of the door, so
You
so
good?
see the hand.
Making people
Please.
stuck.
30.
30?
30.
And this
bitch.
works perfectly for what Bragg's about to do. So Bragg immediately starts walking in the direction where she went.
You, like, as the door's about to close, you just press your hand in the air, and this purple arcane energy in the shape of a smoky hand just presses up against the door just before it starts to close shut, leaving it ajar unnoticeably, but definitely enough to where you could open it with ease.
Moira's gonna just move towards the door.
Bragg is probably like there by now. He opens the door, and just kind of all you hear is just turns his head to the left and right, and you just hear cracking.
Moira puts her cane out in front of Bragg. I go, just waves, just not yet.
Bruno kind of looks over towards Lethe. Kind of leans over to sort of with speaking to her in undercommon. We need to get the children out of here.
Lethe, what was your perception check?
21.
No.
Do you think she has any tea lying around?
Shit.
Sweet, oblivious fuck. Everyone's like, we're about to commit murder.
We're all like, we're about to bounce the body this bitch.
No. There ain't no bouncing happening. Bragg is gonna kill a bitch today.
Yeah, Rune's like completely oblivious. Like, oh, this is a sweet old lady, and
A similar mark.
there's something wrong with my cat.
Something's just wrong with the cat. What's wrong with this lady?
Which at that point, I say when Moira like stops him with the cane, he just gives this look to both Bruno and Amaris. But at this, actually, hold on, Mitch. Quick question.
What are you doing to DM stuff? Give him a minute.
He's explaining some fuckery, Sarah.
Yes, he's initiating code fuckery.
Initiate code fuckery.
So,
all right. Can I roll intimidation? Not to like intimidate them, but just so they can see the level of anger that he has at this moment.
Honestly, that would just be basic perception. We've known you long enough.
Yeah.
You've also seen what makes you angry, which is everything.
Oh no, but this adds on
it's
to
a very
whether he's
special,
gonna.
special brand of anger. Yeah.
Oh no, because this'll determine whether he slips into rage or not.
Okay. So you basically want to make it known that you are pissed, yes?
Yes.
In that case, roll a charisma check.
Okay.
Hmm?
It's
Good thing.
He pissed. That's a nat 20 plus 1, so he pissed.
However, also roll an intelligence check.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Is he gonna go into a blind rage or not? Oh, Bragg's gonna kill a bitch.
What did you roll?
I'm guessing you chose intelligence to see whether he has the resolve to stay calm.
What did you roll?
The nat 1, my guy.
That's a whopping 2.
There are other numbers. There are other numbers between the two.
You can roll any other number between 1 and the 20. No. Are you sure you're rolling a die and not a coin? It seems like you're flipping a coin instead of rolling a die. I think your die is.
Chris is like,
my die knows that Bragg wants to kill a bitch.
Okay. Yeah, no, Bragg, you have rage tunnel vision right now.
Oh, in that case, then even if there is a cane in front of Bragg, he fucking pushes that cane aside and starts walking down the.
However, I am going to give Moira a chance to react to said rage as well as anything that they would like to do.
Quick question though. He was looking towards
Amaris and Bruno though.
Yep. So, Moira, in this brief moment, Bragg is looking towards Amaris and Bruno, and you have sight on Silda.
I am going to say to basically the group just we can't let the kids see. They've been through enough.
That's all the words Bragg needs to just go straight down them fucking steps, yo.
Moira follows.
Is anyone else following?
Bruno is down the steps. It's going into her. They're both going into her office.
Okay. Yeah.
Is them going down the?
So
I know he
yeah.
said going down them stairs, but are they intend both of them going into her office?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
so,
going in the office.
Okay, that's why I was confused because Moira said office, Bragg said stairs. I got a little mixed up.
Yeah. So it's just a straight level to the office, and the office door is like So first you're met with the stairs that leads to the first level, and then on one side of the stairs is an office door underneath the landing.
Bruno sees them heading in there. He looks over to the Mars. We need to find the kids now.
It's a rescue mission because I'm happy to go grab the children while I look for some tea.
She'll look at Rune and basically be like, Rune, get all the doors, get all the children, get them out.
Lethe,
Aye, aye,
what would you
lass.
like to do? Lethe, what would you like to do?
Lethe gives like a gentle little, and she ducks around and goes with Rune.
Okay. So, Moira and Bragg are killing the bitch.
Amaris is gonna follow, actually, after giving what she stated.
Okay.
And basically, she's not gonna fully follow inward. I don't know, Bruno, you were technically already following them, or what were you doing?
Bruno is actually going to stay sort of in the open area, and he's going to he's summoning all of his monk's training to quell the rage inside of him. He's going to put on the dad face of the smiling dad of basically the face he has when he's around his own kid, and he's going to be the great big protecting dad figure ushering these kids out of the building.
Okay, at that point, since Amaris is gonna see this and everything else, she's gonna go in, close the door behind her. And if there are blinds, close them.
Rune, I believe, has food on him most of the time because, snacks. So he's gonna coax the kids out with chocolate or bread or whatever he has, and come on, we're gonna go on a field trip here.
Okay.
And the cat's gonna be like meow 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 purr.
Okay, so, Lethe, Rune, and Bruno, I would like you to make, give me charisma checks with advantage.
Just straight charisma?
Yep. Basically to, see how
Convince
efficient.
tiny children to follow you.
Are you sure you want me to roll for this?
To basically corral these children out of this fucking orphanage.
That is a 21 for me.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll on the table. That one doesn't count. Okay.
Remember, you all have advantage.
The first roll was a natural 20, so
We're gonna stick with that.
20 is my roll.
20. Okay. Lethe.
20.
So we have 20, 20, and 21. You all pass. Luckily, it wasn't a high DC, but given the fact that you are strangers. So
Actually, they
Tall,
might
one very big stranger.
they might recognize me
hold on.
because of my athlete background.
No, they do not.
Oh, that's probably for the best.
So, you all managed to corral the kids out of the orphanage from every floor, every room, and they are not looking great. Some are bruised, some are just in rags, dirty, soiled. It looks like they haven't been taken care of. They look so unkempt. Bar a few that look pristine, you gather from the difference in pristine looking children and the more soiled, disheveled kids. You all gathered that the more pristine ones are
The show kids.
display items.
Oh, here, have something to eat. Oh, here, I have some extra there.
There must be some sort of food hall open. I'm sure we can get you all a decent meal. What do you say?
They are happily crying in agreement. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
like all three of you are getting hugs from these kids. Like then they are telling you thank you so much. Like,
Bruno is going to actually like actively pick up any kids who are like kind of hobbling or like look like they're almost
Same.
too malnourished to fucking like move. He's gonna pick like up all the sickly children and kind of like have them hanging all over. He's basically covered in kids hanging off of him or being held in his
Just a
arms. Like,
spider.
he's going full on dad mode. He's just like,
Yeah.
bring me all the babies.
Rune's doing the same thing. Like he's picked up one of like the healthier looking kids, and he's just like flexing for them and like, oh come on kiddos, who likes chocolate sundaes?
one of them goes to you. What's chocolate?
Oh goodness.
It was at that moment that Ruin realized, oh,
Gosh.
that's why we're here. Oh no.
Oh,
He's like, I get it. I get
That's
it.
why Onyx is upset. Okay. that makes sense.
well there. No one should go without knowing what chocolate is. Come on.
I feel like Rune is gonna see us walk out with mass amounts of blood on us and gonna be like, "Where have you guys been?" Oh.
He's our sweet.
He's gonna be like, oh.
I was wondering who's been hitting these kids now, and I wasn't quite sure.
Oh,
Well, I think I figured it out there. I think.
don't you know?
Oh, you
So-
betcha.
You three managed to corral the kids out, and they are happy to be out. They are happy to be with people who give a fuck. Switch over to the three in the office. Silda looks like she is just absolutely scrambling for paper, and there is one other human female with her. Very fair face, a little bit dirty, short pixie hair, brown, like slender body, not like thin as in like bulimic thin, but definitely like she doesn't eat all that often. Wearing near enough the same sort of simple rags as Silda is, and Silda kind of goes, quick, Evangeline, you have to help me find these. Where's Moira's documents? Please tell me.
I just make it very as loud as I can to the door lock. Just click.
Is everything alright, dears?
I immediately drop the disguise.
One thing, Moira, You remember Evangeline. She was the saving grace of this orphanage. She was the one who actually gave a shit.
I look at her. I just look at her, no emotion. I just go, you should leave. Am I gonna? Is that a persuasion or intimidation?
Evangeline looks to you, Moira. That cup. You alive?
I just look at her. The gods couldn't kill me, so I crawled back.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I gotta pull out my calculator here, guys. I'm not good at math.
How much
Yeah,
is it?
you're never good at math.
Most of us aren't fond of it.
24.
She looks to you. Silda looks to you. And looks to Silda and puts a hand on Silda's shoulder. I would love to say it's been a pleasure, Silda, but I would be lying. And I would also wish you good luck, but I'm afraid there is no good luck to be had right about now. And she just leaves.
Then I lock the door. And I just
Mars is right next to you, by the way.
I just go, oh, hello.
Right. I look around and it's like, oh, there. I also realized that the joke doesn't work so well because the camera's not on. I said, I'm looking sideways and then down. Oh, Rag's here too.
I look at her and I just kind of like in that weird serial killer way, just tilt my head a little too much to the side, like, you miss me?
Oh, but Moira, it's such a pleasure to see you again. I'm glad to see that you're alive and well.
I hit my cane onto the desk. Sit down. Sit.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
While they're doing that, Amaris is actually going to wild shape.
Into.
Have you wild shaped in front of us before?
Bruno, you're not in there, but yes, she's wild shaped into a bear in front of you guys.
30-20.
I thought so, Mike. I couldn't remember.
23 for intimidation. Okay. Amaris, you're changing into.
Amaris is gonna turn into a lovely saber-tooth tiger.
The return of Minxie. Yes.
They're in the office right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This got cramped real quick.
All right, so just to add on to the fear factor, Bragg, because the intelligence was not there, even though he went up the stairs, realized he went the wrong way, and then went to the hallway. So all this lady can see down a dark hallway is just lightning crackles as Bragg is starting to walk towards there.
Silda kind of like gingerly sits down, like, and looks at. Oh, good kitty.
Amaris is just gonna snap her teeth for a second.
Oh.
See, you fucked up.
She just drops the cane. Well, I suppose the jig is up then, isn't it?
Oh, we're well past the jig. I'm surprised one of these kids hasn't pushed you down the stairs.
So, what do you want? You want to kill me? You want to do all sorts of stuff?
I pull back my cane and I start untwisting it. And I pull out my sword. And I say the celestial words that make it catch on fire.
Well, you've definitely picked up some new tricks.
Oh, I have more than tricks.
But Vegeta, tricks are for kids.
God damn it!
I'm sorry, it was there. I couldn't help it.
You know what?
Thank you.
You know what? You know what? Just because the DM decided to be a dumbass right in that moment, I'd say that's a moment where Bragg kind of like finally makes it through the door without hesitation, just walks by the two, straight fist to this old bitch's face.
Roll
Okay.
roll an unarmed attack.
Throwing haymaker.
Roll haymaker. Only a D4. Run on strike, but at the same
You want
time.
a napper? Catch it. Catch it with your teeth.
It's a Pokemon.
Strike.
Valky.
Punch.
Literally, it's a fucking. His unarmed strike is a 4, and he got the max damage on the unarmed strike. So,
As in, roll to hit.
oh, roll to hit. Hold on, that'll come swiftly too.
Is it a 1?
It's better than a 1. It's a
The
natural
only other
20
number you
plus
can roll.
6. It's a natural 20 plus 6.
That's
Why
gonna
are
be
you
an
rolling
8.
with a? Why are you rolling with a fucking coin? Why is your dice like this?
My dice know no bounds.
Your dice want to punch this bitch. That's what it is.
My dice want to punch this
I'm
bitch.
gonna ask you to re-roll. Well, on D&D Beyond, what's your unarmed strike damage?
It's 4. It's just a 4.
So yeah, you conquer straight in the fucking jaw. As you're gonna go.
Starting a little early, I guess.
And she kind of just goes. Oh. About 5 teeth come out of her mouth.
I want to lean in with the sword as close as I can to her face, and I go, "You want to know something? I found out who my mom is. And you're going to meet her real soon."
Oh. Would you like me to give her a message?
Hearing the smart-ass remarks, he just slams her head onto the table.
Damn it, man. I want to stab her.
Mars is
no.
just chilling as a tiger, just sitting down watching this chaos.
Do keep in mind, I understand you want to stab her. However, this is mindless brag. Mindless brag acts off impulse.
That's fair. It would be an opposed strength check, by the way.
Hold on.
Strength.
Brad, go ahead and roll another intelligence check.
Hope I don't get a 1 again. We have some variety. A 3.
God damn it.
At least you know it's not a coin anymore.
I should toss a coin.
Well, bro.
Right. Actually, as much as I will say this, as much as mindless brag is very much impulsive. He understands that personal vendetta is very sacred.
Oh yeah, but in this case, he didn't slam her face onto the desk as in like fucking. He slammed it and left the face there.
Also, a very shoving notion.
Okay.
Aggressively.
No, it still whacked her head into the table, and there
Kinda
was
dribble
wood.
her
There
head
was
like a
wood. Let me
basketball.
put it this way. Let me put it this way. He did whack the head into the table. The wood did crack. However, the face is still pointed in Moira's direction.
Think police hand put perpetrator on hood of car.
Exactly, but with more brutal
Oh.
force.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. She only gets 1 point of damage. But yeah, no, her face is now like up against the desk, like face, like eyes directly on you, Moira. Still alive, hurt, but still alive. Well then,
You know what you did was wrong, right?
right, wrong. It's all a matter of perspective.
No, it's not. It's a concrete fact. Once you get out into the world and you can fend for yourself, that's when it becomes iffy. But these are fucking kids. I was a kid. You called the guards on me to kill me because I was trying to feed the others.
And now you have me in the palm of your hand, waiting for the killing blow. Just stop talking and get it over with. I've accepted my fate now.
Moira has no joy in her face. She just lifts up the sword, like walks around to her back and just plunges it down.
Whereabouts you plunge it?
Like probably like trying to avoid my new friend's hand. Just probably like,
Oh no,
Alright,
his hand is on her head, so you're good.
oh, then yeah, right through here.
Your cane goes through the neck and about 4 or 5 inches into the wood of the desk, and it is just blood pouring out of the wound, the mouth. It ain't pretty, but boy, fuck, does it feel that little bit satisfying.
I lean in as she's dying. The queen awaits. Give her my regards. Pull out.
And with that, we're gonna cut it here. I would run it a little bit longer, but at the moment I am actually kind of dying, and I did say I was going to go for another hour, but now it's an hour and a half.
That's fair.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Dead human punching bag.
Yeah. This was fun. I had fun.
You should stay.
It's not up to me, it's up to the DM.
I would. The consideration was in my mind. Don't get me wrong.
Might have to work it out. You might have to like schedule out with your work and stuff. But we'd be
Oh
happy
no,
to have you back.
this is my day off. This is my other day off.
Well, that seems to work out just fine.
Can I just say the last shot would be like Lethe, Rune, and Onyx, and Bruno sitting with a whole bunch of kids, just like eating chocolate and ice cream for the first time. Like, this is amazing!
This is fucking this is fucking great.
Yeah, he goes in like this. Oh god. Well, yeah. I have my own version of the final shot, but that is up to the niche. Okay.
The final shot we do get is the view panning out from the orphanage, and it shifts into a darker, much darker sort of plane.
Yeah, screenplay.
Simply to a what looks like an obsidian castle.
This is new.
And in this dark plane, in the obsidian castle, there sits on the throne, with a spear in one hand, and a heavily gauntleted arm in the permanent shape of a, like, clawed hand. Just simply says, I do love it when justice is thrown out there. And that's where we're going to cut it.
Yes.
Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Granted, it sounds like an amalgam. Granted, my brain goes to amalgamation of a couple different things, but I do enjoy that visual.
Well, thank you all so much for playing, and thank you so much, Drew, for coming in. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Drew. Good job TMing, Mitch, as always.
Yeah.
Good players today. I like the role play. You guys are all amazing.
Again, considering half that session was pulled out of my ass.
Oh yeah.
That's DMing.
That's DM rule number.
Have a plan. 5 minutes in, I no longer have a plan.
If you don't
Fuck
know,
that plan.
wing it.
The thing is, what? Like, I'm pretty sure I knew what the plan was out the window. It took us what, like an hour before we got there.
But yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. I have been your host, the DM Gothi MN Chief. With us, we have had Archie Obsession, Demise TR, Bryce Arcelies, Drew Blue, and Mythos Redacted, and Bard of the Midwest. From all of us here, stay safe, be gay, do crimes, and there's a Thursday up. Bye, guys.
Good people.
Murder!
Motherfuck.
Ooh, child.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
We saved some orphans.
Seven old lady.
If it were not for Mitch being like,